Hey guys, Joe Primal from the New Kentucky Homestead. Just wanted to show you something kind of unexpected, but the kind of work you run into on a place like this. Okay, you see those trees, big, giant, beautiful trees? Those are black walnuts. And that's how I want all my black walnuts to look. And this is a whole black walnut forest in here. Well, one of the loggers was down here drooling the other day, and I was like, no, no, no. But you'll notice over here, there's a problem going on. See the different kinds of leaves that are growing on there and choking those trees out. And there are actually a couple smaller trees that they have killed. See the different shades of leaves? The light colored leaves are the black walnut. The darker colored stuff is wild grapes. And these wild grapes are just growing in here. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely amazing. So let me walk you in and show you what I'm doing about it. I'm using a weed whacker, a Ryobi electric weed whacker with one of the round blades they make for them. I just pick up packs of 4 or 5 of them, 10 of them, I don't know how many, off of eBay. The blades are absolutely fantastic. And I just whack my way through the crap, which looks like that to start with. That's just brush. It's wild roses with wild grapes all over them. The vines battling each other. And I whack my way in to find the big grapevines, and I'm cutting them off at their base. And so there's my weed whacker setup. And it's just Ryobi. It's not by any stretch a high-end tool, but most of the Ryobi tools are pretty good. The drills and that kind of stuff, great. The weed whacker's been fantastic. The chainsaws are good and convenient, but I have gone through a couple chainsaws. I can warn you about one thing: do not buy the aftermarket Ryobi batteries. The voltage on those will drop too low, or at least the ones I got, and the current then goes up, and the Ryobi little motor burns out. I burned out a couple of chainsaws. But anyway, you know, cheap and convenient. And if I were a contractor, I would not be using Ryobi tools. But as a homeowner, whatever, works great. And this thing's been fantastic. I've used it so many hours. But see, the thing it's hanging on is one of these grapevines. You see it goes up into the trees and there, and it comes down and it goes up into the trees there and comes down. God knows where. They're just like an endless string and network of these. Look at all that. All that stuff is big grapevines. And these are not by any stretch the biggest ones I've seen. These ones are, I've seen ones, 5 inches in diameter, 4 or 5 inches in diameter in here that I've cut. So now the weed whacker with the blade will cut right through those things, which is surprising if you swing it and smack them. But sometimes it kind of tangles or bounces off, and I've had a couple times when I hit the trees that I'm trying to protect, and that's not good. So I'm switching to using pruners for pruning the grapevines. So I'm going to just cut them off at the ground, let them die off in the trees and decompose naturally, because untangling them will be too much of a mess. And then when they try to sprout back, we'll see what happens there. I might put some Roundup on them or something. But yeah, wild grapes don't produce really grapes that you would think of as good or edible by any stretch, but so they're really just a pest. And the wild roses just make little tiny flowers, so they're a bit of a pest. If any of you aren't from the East Coast or Appalachian regions or parts of the Midwest and don't know about wild roses, that is what they mean in the old books when they say brambles or a briar patch. Wild roses is what a briar patch is. So anyway, this is the Kentucky woods. Isn't that beautiful? That's all black walnuts out there. Gorgeous. Some of them are huge. Someday I'll give you guys a better tour, but right now I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm out.